Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Turtle Club Poscast. I'm your host, Dylan, and I am here today with Bobby.
Hey, Jess.
Brandon.
Hello.
And Angel.
Hello.
And we are here today to do our usual set review of the latest sets Beyond Generations. We know the name this time. We'll just go the reveal in order of reveals. We're just going to review every deck, see how they compare to everything else in the meta. And now that we have the ban list, we actually have even more information on how these are going to be stacking up against everything else now that the meta is going to be changing a lot. So we'll see if anything is good enough or they're going to be fun at least to play. We'll see. So the first thing they've revealed was the Whis pre-release leader in the Unison, because Z Unisons are a new thing coming this set. It's basically just Unisons from your Z deck. I can't find the reveals on the Facebook. I don't know where the post went, but does anyone remember what the leader in Unison do?
It should be on the website. I know that the leader doesn't draw on Awakened side, which is unfortunate. I think it only draws when you arrival, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it just free plays a guy from hand, I believe, when you arrival or when you combo. Something like that.
We can come back.
So the backside says it's a blocker. You were talking about Beerus, correct?
No, we're talking about the Whis.
Yeah, the
I know
Whis.
the
Whis. Oh, the pre-release leader.
Yeah,
the pre-release. Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. We can start with Vegeta, I think, and then I'll pull up the Whis.
Yeah, we can talk about this if we find them
it's
later.
Bad. Don't worry too much about it.
Yeah, it wasn't very good, so don't worry about it being great or anything. All right, we can talk about the first deck they revealed, which is the red Vegeta deck. So it seems pretty interesting. It's a lot of combo tricks, Z energy, stuff like that. Seems like it'll draw a lot of cards. The Z Unison for the deck is really good. Double Strike Barrier, can attack twice, kill things annoying barrier. It has like a whole engine where you get all of the Saiyan Ritual guys underneath your Zextra, and you can play out the Z deck or the Z Unison for cheaper. So that's cool. The actual cards in the engine seemed okay. They seem to help the deck enough, but I don't know if it'll be enough to keep up with the other red decks in this set. So what do you guys think about this deck?
You can go first, Brandon. You're the red player.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems cool. I like the theme of it for Battle of the Gods and everything, but I just don't think it's gonna be anything meta contender worthy. I mean, it seems fun, but I just think like the stuff we have right now, like Gohanks and even Pan still and Jiren, like those guys are still probably gonna just be at the top. Maybe we'll see how it shakes up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like it's too gimmicky. You have to do a lot to get your pieces out, and the whole like after you playing them, like charging the tiers of energy and stuff like that doesn't seem anything crazy. So that's my take at the moment, though. We'll see.
It seems too slow. I like it draws a lot. That's pretty cool. I like that it's got that like the Gohan U7 effect on the leader. No draw. The Z Unison's powerful with the board wipe effect or the like single target. They're all barrier ignoring too, which is pretty cool for red to have easy barrier removal. But it's like all I think it's turn 4 anyway. Even if you cheat it out, right? It says you gotta tap it. Yeah. So it just seems too slow for what red wants to do. And if you're going to be a red control deck, it's hard to beat Cooler, or the one we're going to talk about next is better than this, I think, too. But it's not, nothing reads as like terrible, you know. It doesn't feel like a huge miss or anything. It'll be like a fun locals deck or like a pretty decently competitive deck at locals, just not tier 1, not regionals worthy.
Yeah, I'm more concerned that this stuff is Bulma support than anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do like the Bulma leader extra support for her. That's pretty cool.
It would be neat if the red Unison had a way to be played generically. I mean, you can just tap 4 for it, but you don't get the cards underneath it that let you combo and do the thing. So it's still a good card without that. Double Strike Barrier, it's barrier removal. There's some stuff you can do, but I don't think you can afford to tap 4 for this. And maybe Bulma late game or something, you could tap 4 for this, but in most red decks, there's no reason to do that. So The other red Saiyan decks are very good at the moment.
Does board wipe though? That's pretty cool. Or sort of board wipe. What do you
Yeah, some of the cards are definitely neat, and the fact that they don't have to be in this particular archetype also is kind of cool when they do that. When they don't just lock everything. But I'm not sure I'm excited for Bulma support, to be honest.
True.
I hate playing against that deck.
Yeah.
And it gave us a new super combo, which is kind of interesting. An Earthling / Saiyan super combo. With the, you don't have, it's the Z Energy super combo, so now if you were using the Android 20.
Yeah, that's better than.
It's better than that.
True. That is true. That SR sucks balls. That's crazy they made that.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much.
That one's bad. That's a weird boss monster. The leader's pretty solid. I do like that. And the extra's cool.
I was thinking, depending on what build you run with Gohanks, switching out, like, I know I was running with the Bulma Bunny Girl and stuff like that. So you can actually search out that new super combo for Gohanks, and it's pretty good because as the energy is just like always going to be there for the most part.
True.
So it is pretty nice for that deck as well.
That's something.
It's not a bunny girl target though, unfortunately.
No, it's got the. I think the
game's insane in all areas.
Yeah, it's not Earthling only anymore.
Unless it. Well, let me read. I'll have to read the ruling, but I think that does get rid of it. I doubt it considers only the printed and the character box thing.
Yeah, I don't know if the Vegeta's considered the boss monster, or there's like this 8-drop Goku that free plays is supposed to be considered the boss monster. I mean, I don't really know.
Both.
I guess
the Unison's the real boss monster.
I guess the Unison's supposed to be the boss monster, but
yeah. Let's hit Beerus. I have Whis pulled up, by the way, if you want me to talk about it.
Yeah, you can talk about that real quick.
Yeah, we'll just drop it real fast. So Unawakened, it's when you play Red Beerus card, it gets 5k power for the turn, so you get beamed on either turn. When it attacks, you add a life. Search top 5 for Red God. 4 or less life is the only awakened condition. Draw 1 and tap 1. When you combo with a red-yellow multicolor card, you can play up to 1 Red God with an energy cost of 2 or less from your hand in rest mode, so you can like free or rival a guy on an auto if you combo. When you play a Red Beerus or Whis, if the card is a Beerus card, the leader gets 5k gets beamed for the turn, and if it's a Whis card, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest on. So there's actually no drawing on the Awakened side whatsoever, but you do bean and tap things, so I guess there's some interruption. The Great Priest Z Unison costs 3 red, 2 Z energy. You can put one of your red yellow multicolored god cards in your battle area under this card, switch this card to active mode, and it gets double strike for the turn. It's a +1. So you get like a dual attack, half double striker, 20k Unison. It's kind of cool. And then a defensive auto when your opponent attacks, use up to 1 red god from under this card in a combo with its skills negated from the turn. Then switch the attack target to your leader, so it redirects attacks. The Unison's pretty cool. The leader, if the leader drew one, that actually wouldn't be too bad. That's got like quite a few effects, but I don't know about not drawing in this day and age. Having a tiny hand is just, there's no way you can win with a tiny hand.
Yeah. Is there any leaders that awaken with the 3-drop Unison, red Unison? For that Unison to maybe be more useful?
I don't think so.
There was that family. The Goten.
Yeah, that one does.
Yeah. But I guess it only has red yellow cards, right? So
that leader's kind of ass too, so I don't know about that. But yeah, that's it. That's Whis. It's almost something. If they just needed to print one more auto on it, and it would have been pretty cool. I don't know. But I'll just draw one more card that turn. That's crazy.
It's been a while since one of the pre-release leaders has been good.
Yeah, they've been all misses pretty much.
I think Steel Max is probably the best one, right? From recent memory.
In recent memory, yes, that's the best one.
Magenta's
pretty decent, yeah.
Alright, sorry.
I mean, Vegeta's big ass.
Yeah.
That Vegeta Nappa, that was terrible. I don't know. And then there was a couple others. Let's hit the Beerus lead.
Yeah,
this one's pretty
good. We'll
good.
move on to the red-yellow Beerus deck. So they made another red-yellow Beerus deck. We got the leader here. Seems like the leader's pretty good. Gets activate main leaders are always good. This one doesn't plus your 1. They get to add 1 from your hands, and then you put 1 from your hand into your Z energy, which is not really plussing, but you guess it's permanent where it gets energy exhaust in all areas. So at least you have that. You awaken with the Z Unison. and it also says a Z leader and then a regular leader. So it seems pretty good. You get to rival for cheaper, only on 5 costs though, which there's only one old one, and then all the other ones are the new ones. So there's not too many. There's only one old one you can use, yeah, but there's a lot of arrival ones they printed for this deck. Really centers around arrivaling, which luckily your leader's a blocker, so you get to actually get your arrivals off without people just attacking your Zenison over and over again. So that's cool. What do you guys think about this deck?
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be actually good. It's got a lot of utility and a lot of like defensive and offense. Being able to play on both turns is cool. Having free combos on multicolors is cool. That old Beerus is busted, the no holds barred, especially being able to play it for 1. Just got a lot of interrupts. The boss monster's cheap too. I think it's a draw 1. They do it locks leader. Like you can lock leader every turn. I'm pretty sure you can just keep cycling through. Well, actually no, because they have to be able to swing first. If you have a way to rest the leader, is there anything other than Zamasu super combo on your own turn?
There's the other one, right? The green yellow super combo from the anniversary box.
Yeah, Chile does it, but I was hoping not to waste a super combo slot. There might be other ways if I can think of anything later, but yeah, you can lock leader with like multiple cards. It's not just the old card. There's like mid-combat removal, a lot of like aggressive cards. It seems good. I mean, I can still see how having to have that much multicolor will still clog you up. You get like 2 free combos a turn, and then there's only 1 red-yellow old TP that's a free combo, and everything else is a +1 10k. So
there's some stuff from the Realm of the Gods deck that will have some synergy. There's like a 2-drop tonic, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
That when you combo him, you pay 1 red, he comes in and he's got offering. So you can free combo him with the Z Unison, and then for 1 red, get offering.
Yep.
Offering's the most busted keyword in the whole game, so
yeah, you draw a
cool.
shitload in this deck.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, I guess, if you're clogged up with multicolors, but
you got a free
energy exhaust is pretty cool.
Yeah, no energy exhaust. Free combos, Unison, and I think there's 1-drop red cards that you warp them from drop and they'll free combo a multi from your hand. So that's pretty cool.
And there's been a lot of red-yellow stuff that's been good, just hasn't had a home. I remember trying to make the Beerus TP from a couple sets ago, worked in like Pan, stuff like that. It's okay, but it might have a home here.
Yeah, you have to run it. It's the only free combo red-yellow card, and it's a 1-cost offering as well.
Does the leader having blocker feel weird or anything? Because it doesn't really have like any like aggressive keywords. Neither do like the other cards either. Like some of the older like Beers that you're going to be running, like the No Holds Barred. I mean, obviously some of them have like blocker revenge. There's like one that has double strike, I think. But is that a little weird? Like, do you not have as much pressure as you'd like?
I think you just go wide. They're like a bunch of wide single strikes. They're like 1-cost 25k and stuff. So, I mean, you can't pressure with a double strike unless you're dropping Boss Monster, I think. The tap 2. I think there's 2. Yeah, there's the big one. The 8-cost, the neg something ignore. That one doesn't have offering. And I think there's one that you arrival for 2 that has offering and double strike, right?
Yeah, it gets double attack if you have a Z leader. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, you got stuff. I think it's better than the other deck. It
for sure.
Does a lot more stuff. I'm interested. This is what I'm excited to play, but I think there's someone else at our locals is going to hang on to their stuff, so it might be hard to find.
Yeah, I think if it had the same permanent the other multicolor leaders that we're getting, like where they reduce the combo by 5, but it makes all free combos, I think that would have made this deck really good, actually, if it had that permanent. But since it's going to be a bit cloggy with the 10Ks, then it might be a little gimmicky. But I could see it being decent. You can control the...
You have access to the Red Floodgate as well that just came out, so 20k Z leader, and that is pretty annoying, as we know from Go Hanks.
Yeah, and you set up Z energy really easily, so that'll help.
Yeah, with the constant combos.
It will help that it's probably a bursting rage deck, So that
Yeah.
that keeps you alive. Combo power, pseudo combo power, draws.
Yeah, you can't
You
use
can do
potatoes.
stuff for sure. I think.
I'm excited for it. This is the one I'm excited for, I think, the most.
Yeah, it seems fun to play. We'll see how
It feels like it's on the same power level as Beast Gohan was. Like it seemed good on paper, but then like once it actually got into the meta, it just didn't do much of anything at all. You know, like it'll be fun, but
This one's not as linear. This isn't as linear though. But you're not as stuck to those plays. This is arrival stuff's pretty flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot
Since
of
you're being errata, hurt that deck.
Yeah. Well, I think he means red Beast Gohan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's hit
there's a
Frieza.
red beast Gohan deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double strike 20.
Oh yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were scared, and then
Yeah.
But
Turns
Too
out-
linear.
Red Yellow has
yeah,
never
when you
been, Red Yellow hasn't been good since like maybe a long time ago. So hopefully this will be good.
Yeah.
Have Red Yellow's time to shine again. It's been so long. But
Cards are
I guess
kinda
we got
expensive,
real quick.
though.
We can talk about these support cards for the Pole Goku deck, whatever you want to call it, Power Pole Goku deck. They're cool. They look
Long coup.
yeah,
Long
that's
coup.
it. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. This 5-drop's
Yeah.
really good. It's considered a 5-drop instead
Yeah.
of so it's a better version of the 3-drop adds one from deck to hand. This one adds from drop to hand, and it's a 5-drop, so it works with a lot of your effects because a lot of them require want you to be 5s. The other one's a 3, so this one being a 5 is pretty nice. It has a dual attack also if you use the power pole, which is good. This Piccolo is a free play blocker if something dies, which is just kind of whatever, but if you use the effects of the 8-drop Goku and Piccolo to put it from underneath it to the drop, you give the card 5k, which is good. So I think it's worth playing in the deck.
Yeah,
Both of those are.
30k ones.
Does anything do either of them fix the issue of? I know when we've played, if you haven't seen a certain card in the beginning, the opening hand or the first few draws, you're kind of
No,
stuck.
It
Is
doesn't
that-
fix that.
Okay.
No,
Bummer.
I think it's just a problem with the deck. You have to use it to hope that you see those. But once you see
Yeah, I
those,
don't-
the deck can pop off and do stuff. But those
They
definitely
just
don't-
got to make some of the cheats look out from the deck.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool support. It doesn't really actually help the deck too much. But
Yeah.
we'll move on. All right, so next we'll move on to the next deck, which was revealed, which is the green decks. So now we have Green Frieza. So it's another multicolor deck, and it's bringing back Successor, which we have not seen in a while. So it's a cool permanent where it actually can use your opponent's cards as mono green battle cards to Successor off, which is a really cool mechanic. And it can spear boost to free combo of multicolors also, which is nice. So Searcher is innocent, and they also have ways to increase the cost of your opponent's cards too, so you can have the exact number that you need. Because all of your Successor guys are very large, so you want that exact cost to be able to get them off. So, what do you guys think about this deck? Is it gonna think it'll do anything in this meta?
You need to get those large guys off. But, yeah, no, I don't think I don't think it'll do anything. The leader's really cool, and the Z leader. I think everything else is overcosted. Also, since it's your own skill on Successor, you can't choose opponent's battle cards with barrier, as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
That's
because
the
it
issue.
says you
That
may
sucks.
choose. Yeah, so if it didn't say that, I
Yeah,
think you
so
could.
that
but
sucks.
maybe not.
Yeah, if it didn't say that, yeah. If it was just like a cost that says, something else.
You
But-
can use your opponent's cards for Successor.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that would work. To pay Successor's cost, maybe, yeah, something like that. And then everything else is like you have to do too many things that cost one in a row to really get it. Unless your opponent plays into your Successor plays, which they're retarded if they do that. Which you would have won with anything else in that case.
Yeah, right.
But like I said, the leader's really cool, and the 30k leader's really cool. The Z lead. I think there's potential with that stuff. You draw a decent amount. Spirit boost on the activate battle is ass, especially on a unison that's got it's like a fucking 4k or so it's 5k. Does it gains power when you play a yellow Frieza, which is only on your own turn.
Yeah.
The Friezas are good though, but they all cost like one too much for how much you have to pay otherwise to get there. If those 3 cost yellow Friezas that set it up were free, maybe just make them like 5Ks or something. so they can't threaten at all, and then just they come out for free and set up your successor. Boss Monster Frieza, that's pretty nice. That pay 3 to draw 2 and Mecha Frieza your opponent is pretty cool. Dual attack, double strike. But I feel like your opponent has to play into these, and that's never good.
Yeah, there's some juice there. I think I've tested a few games against it, and you have to play around the deck. You can't just free. It's like playing against Cooler a little bit. You can't just freely play stuff and have it get successored off. But there's a lot there's just not enough good support. The premise is actually strong, I believe, and you can do good things with it. But there just needs to be a couple better options for the successor thing. Like, I don't think the Krillin seems important.
Yeah, which is sad.
Which is also kind of bad, right? So, I think there might be someone that figures out a way to like only play a small part of the engine, and then benefit from a 30k Z leader, and like throwing off your opponent by having them only play barrier cards.
I think so.
There might be something there, but I don't think you can just like throw all these cards in the deck and play the archetype as intended. It's not.
I like the cheap pieces are nice, like the 5 cost and the 6 cost freezes. But I don't know, I feel like the other ones are too much. You're never going to be set up to pull that off unless your opponent plays into it. But I like the 30k, or what is it? I think it's 30k, right? Double striker.
The Z lead.
No, the successor.
The boss monster.
No,
it's like it's the long-headed Frieza.
Short form free, or the cost one. Deflect double strike. If you have 3 or more energy when it's played, you draw one. It gets 10k, so it becomes a 30k double striker for 1.
Yeah,
so you sack your opponent's guy, play him out, draw a card, deflect double strike, 30k, and then with Z lead you untap it, so it's like a dual attack. So you draw a bit with that combo. There's probably going to be a way, like you said, but you can't run this whole engine. It's such a. It seems like it's an even cloggier mess than the beer stuff is for sure.
Correct.
And the premise that the boss monster is your check land.
Yeah,
is pretty lame.
I always hate when they do that.
And it's not even a real check land. It's just like the old ones where you have to have another one already in there.
Another one in there.
Yeah, one of your turns is behind.
Also, if you play this and you realize, wow, I'm having a terrible fucking time, you just play out this extra, and you go for broke, and if not, you kill yourself. So that's kind of hilarious.
That's pretty cool. 30k combo power.
What the fuck was that? Why did they make that card?
It's a flavor card. It's cool.
It's just a reference. That's all.
Yeah, it's a cool.
You can win with Celzino, though. I mean, anything's possible with Celzino.
Yeah, it is. Just
they're negates and win.
But then they also revealed these 2 Broly cards, which are actually dumb. These are tight.
This is funny because the Broly card is better than the Frieza deck itself, and they seem to help the Broly deck a lot. These cards are pretty dumb. 1-drop triple striker. The Broly leader just can't be negated on the battle cards, by the way. So these are just giant bodies that are going to remove your stuff and benefit from.
And they activate your. It lets you skip a step. You get a free leader swing instead of having to waste a leader swing to sack the big guy in order to get the second field out on the old Broly leader. You can just do it all in one, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool that they made this AOD as well. So it kind of just fits in there, play for free, and then now you have 30k swinger that can draw you a card, dual attack basically. He's kill one,
run over stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
The multicolor Broly deck from 2 sets ago seems like it's close.
It is close
to being relevant, right? So this should help.
Yeah, these definitely do.
It is close. And that big one is a big help. Let's hit Goku.
Yeah, we'll move on to the biggest one now, which is the green Goku deck. So the leader actually seems really good. Searches on the unawakened side, and then the awakened side you get to draw on both turns of the activate battle. You get to give a lot of your stuff blocker with the Zunison. So that's cool. And a lot of your cards benefit from having blocker. They get effects when they get blocker. The SR is really good because it's kill stuff for cheap, and I can also switch to active mode if you have blocker in play still. Seems pretty decent. I don't know if it's gonna be great. It's not like that level, I don't think. What do we think?
It's too fair probably. The leader, like I think that's the pattern in this set. The leaders are all crazy, and then the battle cards and stuff are just kind of they're just not on the level of the stuff we've been getting before for the higher tier decks. Especially these boss monsters, these are all like way too balanced. Unless they're going to start banning old ones, I don't know why we're tapping for something without protection. I guess their like protection is a tax if they remove it, but there's ways to remove this and not have to pay the tax with yellow. And then 3 cards to you can pitch 3 cards and then kill them, after they've tapped 4, and it's fine. It doesn't matter. This comes out too late for something like that on it. But yeah, I like the leader a lot. I think the Unison's actually pretty good. It seems like it won't survive, but you can give. I think there's a way to give a barrier right in the TPs potentially, based on what we were trying to see.
Yes.
On there, so that could be cool. Plus, all your blockers should keep it alive. If leader was a blocker, that'd be cool. That might be too much. I'm not sure. The 4-cost SR is really nice. Just like it's one of those 1-drop cantrips with it's a body. Basically a dual attacker, 24k, and if it gets removed, it taxes your opponent. You get to pop a guy, so that's tight. But otherwise, I don't see how you pressure other than that card. You're probably gonna have to run a lot of generic green instead of the main set stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels like Dobro's in that sense where I think the deck is actually strong, but a lot of the archetype stuff is not necessary. Like the Piccolo is very good.
Vegeta.
But the boss monster is you just play the 8-drop we've been playing for 3 sets now instead of that.
For 2.
But yeah, and the Z Unison dies every turn, but you still you play the silver bullet with barrier, and you give that blocker, and that draws a card, and then gets to block, and there's stuff to be done. The activate battle on the leader that we get to draw both turns is
nuts.
It's strong, so I wouldn't be surprised if people, at least in the beginning of the set, attempt to play this over Green Gohan, because Green Gohan is pretty scripted at this point. You know what?
Yeah.
If you've been playing in the meta, you have an idea of how to play around Green Gohan versus this. That seems like it's maybe a little weaker, but different lines might catch people.
And having Green Goku leader gives you access to some cards, so I'll have to dig through those. I do really like the leader though. That's the best part, for sure.
The leader is definitely really good. So maybe it'll be like a generic green leader at least.
So you could probably run a deck of like all Gokus with like the KO Kens and the combo from Drop Guy and all that stuff, and the 4-cost in this set.
Yeah, if anything, you can signal with the archetype if you wanted to.
I will say, even though the big 8-cost doesn't have any protection to it, having it be a dual attack triple strike is pretty nice. That's kind of like the one thing, and then also if they get rid of it, they discard 3. So it's a very strong card. It's just, will it actually be able to do anything? But why would you play that? I guess because it's triple strike revenge and it wipes the whole board and stuff, but like, wouldn't you just pay 2 and other things for that 8-cost Gohan, Goku, and you know what I mean? It just seems overcosted.
You can probably still run like 2 of it or something just to have because it's a board wipe. Those are kind of more rare now. They've been more careful with those, so you can probably still tech 1 or 2. It plays a free Z card as well. That's that's something. It's something.
Yeah, if it was maybe 3, I would consider playing it, but 4 is just. It's
just not a you can't rely on that to close out a game. It's like that's a Hail Mary if you're trying to win with that.
Yeah.
Yep, when I tested against the Frieza deck, it was very fun. I tapped 4 for it to see if I could do it, and then I got cold bloodlusted. So that was cool.
Yeah, thank you for the reflective.
And then I lost.
That's an auto loss. That's over.
That's how it is when you don't have to deflect your barriers. You're going to get answered. So hopefully they learn from that. But I guess we'll move on to the next deck, which now it should be... Oh, we got the Secret Rare. Yeah, Secret Rare. So there's a green-yellow Secret Rare this time, and it's another Shenron. So you know how they work. They have the wishes, and they can't attack usually. This one you pay for 2 if your leader's green or yellow. If you have 3 more energy, and then it has limit 3, which I don't think we've ever seen on a card before. You can activate main 3 primes per turn. You can make a draw and discard, or rest any card, or you can wipe the board, quote unquote, except for 2 cards on board. So, how are we all feeling about this Secret Row? You think it will be used in any decks?
Oh yeah,
It's broken.
This one's very good.
yeah, this one's nuts. This is like yellow's got such a diversity of secret rares to pick from. This one's crazy. And green also. This is. I mean, any hand control deck or any deck like this is a huge tempo play, or like even to close out a game by tapping out energy and then swinging with something else ridiculous. If you're set up and then you put this down, this is like it's like over, you know.
Yeah, resting all their energy. Also, if you're discard deck, drawing 3 and pitching 3, I mean, you're pitching the same amount. Obviously, Salzino's fucking dual tech quad, but like you have to wait till 5. But you can put this down for 2 energy at 3, and then just rip their 3 cards like you would normally. Draw you 3, so you're up in value, and then, or if you need to just swing out and do some more damage, just resting all their energy or clearing board. That's pretty crazy.
This is a nightmare. It's going to be the SCR of choice in U7. And on turn 4, they're going to pay 2 for this, tap you out, and play the 6-drop and kill you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
the
going to be
is that U7 is
fun.
still, yeah.
Yeah.
That still gotta go. They didn't. I don't know. Well, you know, we got to suffer through their mistakes for at least 3 sets before they actually address them. So
Yeah, they don't have to counter if you can't pay energy for anything.
you can't do anything. Yeah, that's you're not allowed to play.
True.
Still, cool card though. I'm excited to get my hands on that one.
Yeah, very playable Secret Rare. So, if you're looking
Best
to get-
one in the set? I would say.
Yes.
Yeah. If there's any Secret Rare you want to buy or chase for, it's probably the one you want. So now we'll move on to probably the most popular deck of the sets. Black is finally back. So we got the SS4 Vegito Xeno deck. Vegito Xeno has finally arrived in leader form. He's pretty cool. You can union with your cards underneath the Z Unison, and it has like a lot of battle tricks or like blocks. You get power and draws. You get the free combo with 2 things underneath the Unisons or battle cards, which is nice. The Unison's actually pretty nice for the deck. Obviously, being a 2-drop 15k, it might not survive, but if it does survive, it gets you a lot of value. Draws cards. When it blocks, it pluses 1 on both turns, which is cool. There's the only gripe with the deck is there's only 1 Vegito Xeno card, and the deck really relies on you playing that Vegito Xeno, or a card with a Union skill at least, but the permanent only works with the Union Patara skills, which this is the only one. So I'm a little worried about that. So if you don't see this card, you're probably screwed. And so these cards don't search it. So I think this Vegeta here searches like a 5 or less. And the Goku is Vegito's 6. So I don't think anything in the game searches 6-drop Saiyans that they can think of. But this counterplay is obviously very, very good. It's basically the free counterplays that we used to have, but it's for Black Innocents only. So it's pretty limited to only this one. But it is very strong. Draw a card, get rid of a guy, and for free, completely free. So, Bobby, I know you're very excited for this.
He's your leader for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I am excited for this. It's the best black deck they've released since, Gogeta Xeno, probably. So,
Trunks.
it is extremely strong, but it is also, I think people are going to play it out of the box. I think it's going to be heavily represented in the first couple regionals, but it does have some weak points that you can, that people can play around. The Unison being so vulnerable is tough. It'll definitely die. You have to see that Vegito, which that doesn't search it, but you burst and then you play the 6-drop Goku and you can get it back. So it's not as inconsistent as it seems. But if you let this deck get set up and you don't break the board, it draws a ton of cards and it's pretty wild. So I think it's easily the best deck in the set and will be extremely popular. But the dependence on a Z Unison scares me. There's so much Unison hate available in the card pool that it could struggle, but we'll see how the meta shapes up. That's the best black deck for sure.
Yeah.
You know, better than Meki, better than any of the other
So much stuff.
Black Saiyan decks.
All those old Union, you can use Fearless Fusion again. I mean, I feel like that's your other target, right? That's the one that you go with.
Yes, you definitely play that card
Fearless
because
Fusion. You get the block,
the U7 card.
and it gets the block and gets your Unisonance marker as well if it lives, obviously.
If you ever get a block off, it'll be a miracle. But
yeah, it's one of the options.
Yeah.
And probably what you do if you don't find Vegito first, you start playing those out and get some value out of all that. Plus, obviously, there's the dumb. You can do the dumb champ pack, the big Goku, add back a card, play Vegeta, 230k giant swings, and then Patara them. Or like Z card, give it 10k, Patara with the Vegeta, you know, all kinds of dumb stuff you can do with those cards.
Yeah, for sure. There's some nutty plays that you can pull off, and if you're unfloodgated, I mean, it's just a bunch of 30k swinging at you, but
there is
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. lot of strong stuff though. I think it's actually cool. This isn't like usually I hate black decks because it's just brain dead. Turn them sideways, play a bunch of giant freaks for free. But this one has like actual stuff on both turns and defensive options that aren't just petrification or some other lame shit.
You have to sequence correctly, for sure. But the fact that the U7 leader just rests a card ignoring barrier.
Yep.
And then you can't block. Like there are going to be strategies that can out it. But I guess you could say that about every meta deck, right? Their strategy, if people figure it out.
Yeah, they'll have
play around it.
Their anti-pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Brandon, you care about this deck?
I think if I played black, it would be my pick of choice. But I don't know. I just think unless I see a bunch of stuff showing me that black is going to be like the premier color to play, like Meki Kabura seemed awesome, and then all of a sudden it just got wiped off the face of the tournament lists and everything. So we'll see how this plays out, obviously. But it does seem cool, though. Obviously, Vegeta Xeno is like everyone's been waiting for that shit. So like being able to see it, I love SS4. So like seeing all these guys on actual good-looking cards, and we have more of the collectors coming out too, so they look pretty sweet. But yeah, we'll just see how it is. I'm glad that Bobby finally got a good deck to play.
Yeah, congratulations, Bobby.
Yeah,
Everyone clap for Bob.
Yeah, clap it up for Bob. But that fucking Secret Rare, though. Can we talk about that?
Oh,
Vegeta.
We're talking about Secret Rare now. So, honestly, I'm kind of disappointed. I expected there to be another Uni-Batara target for the leader, at least. It's just a regular Vegito, which kind of stinks. It is a free triple striker, which is cool, I guess, but you have to discard 3 if you want to switch to active mode every time, and burst 3, which you're already bursting a lot. So, I mean, decking out, it could be a real problem. But, I don't know if you'd ever play it over Cumber. Since you burst so much, this is so easily burstable. You're just going to miss your Secret Rare a lot. So, what do you guys think? You're in the same boat?
Gotta play Cumber no matter what in there, in any deck that bursts.
Yeah, the issue or the question will be if it can find a home in some other deck that plays as a unison, because you can't play it, and you can play it if you want in any of these Black Overrealm decks, but I don't need to go back to the days where I was milling Pan or milling Supreme Kai and just playing the game without the SCR. Cumber is so good.
Yeah.
What I will say, and I don't know if this is ever going to show up again. However, I didn't think about this until now, but apparently you can actually play this in the Vegito deck, in red Vegito, because it's not a Xeno, it's just a regular Vegito. Am I correct on that? So you just played it on top of your
one cost?
You're correct, but unfortunately,
it's already free.
Red Saiyans have pretty good.
And they got another thing, yeah.
You don't think you would play this for the constant triple strike on like turn 2 or whatever it might be?
Oh.
4 or more energy?
No,
well, that's none. You just play it for free on your activate main.
One cost, yeah. When
on your Z leader.
Yeah, it's not color locked, so yeah. Yeah, that could work, yeah.
You literally just swing triple.
Yes, they're not ready. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that could be busted, yeah. That's true.
Yes, that could work. That's a neat
Say it again? Say the interaction again? I missed it.
The 1 cost Z battle card. Your Z leader can free play an 8 cost on top of it, remember?
Yeah.
You're talking about the old
version.
version. Okay, yeah. The old, set 2 deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the secret rare that of choice, the Patara one, that one is like sometimes it gets lowered, so it's like an iffy thing with how many cards are rested. This one you just play and doesn't get lowered at all unless you have a Z unison, which you won't. So you just do this on like turn 2 or 3, and then you just have so much in your hand, you just keep fucking restanding.
You have a lot in your hand. It's mostly junk in that deck too, which is pretty cool. So you could just pitch most of it.
Infinite 40k triple strike swings. That sounds pretty fun. And
then overwhelm into some giant. Yeah, that's funny.
That's a cool idea.
That's cool. Shenron also give it triple attack, and then you have like a sextuple attacking triple striker. That could be neat
if Shenron ever comes back, I guess. But
yeah,
Shenron's
I'll probably try it out. Yeah, I still got the foil ball, so we'll see.
We'll see.
All right,
It's a mini secret. Yeah, let's hit the blues.
With the blue decks now. So we got Tapion first. Seems okay. It seems like it's front side searchers, trunks, youth heroes, or phantom demons. You actually need the Heroic cards in this deck to even awaken or make it work. The awaken side's pretty cool, where you get to free play 2 hero cards from your combo area.
Yeah,
and they draw cards and stuff. So even though the leader itself doesn't draw, you are drawing a few cards from that, which is nice. You also get free combos from the drop. The Z Unison seems kind of bad. I don't know why it's a SR.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
They're all SRs, right?
The Z Unisons, I believe. No, the Weiss isn't. It's a common or something.
Yeah, just like the best. All the better decks have SRs, Z Unisons, I think. Some of the other cards seem okay. Not like great. The 8-drop boss monster Tapion and Trunks is kind of just whatever. And the Heroic cards that you need to make the deck work kind of, I don't know, is that kind of clunky, you think? Or what do you think about that?
No, they're all searchable, and they're all just one cost that like set up drop and draw a card. So they're basically cantrips. It's fine. Definitely the 3 costs are fine. And the leader draws a shitload, which is tight.
Because the skill is negated.
What's up?
Is the skills negated when they play out? Don't you draw on the on-play effect, or is the skills negated?
Yeah, no, the skills aren't negated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so no skills negated, so you just play them shits out, draw your cards.
The way that auto works, by the way, it's not... People think it's like you have to somehow send a card from your combo to your drop with like an effect, and then you play out the other ones, but it's just... that auto checks before anything is sent to drop. It checks at the end of the battle before you send any of those cards to drop. So even though it says when a card is placed, it's actually before anything's placed. So you only have to combo... You get the free activate battle with leader. That one's just free plus, and then you have to combo one from anywhere else. So if one of your battle cards or your unison free combos a guy, then it's all plus. Or you can combo one from hand, and then they both come out, and you draw 2. Or you can just get a draw 1, and it's on both turns, activate battle. So it's a lot of drawing on both turns.
So it's in the midst of placing 1 in the drop.
No, it's before you place anything.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but it's Dragon Ball. But there's a checkpoint where it checks for that skill type, and it's before anything's placed in drop.
My question is, like, how are you pushing this? Like how are you winning?
With generic blue boss monsters.
Yeah, Oob. All the other dumb shit that blue has.
Yeah, I mean, there's this 2 cost 35k double striker's pretty good. The Tapion boss monster. The 6 cost the Go Tanks is pretty nice. Both turns remove a 6 cost or less.
Oh, yeah, the double strike Tapion's pretty good. The 4-drop also. It's also really
good. Yeah,
the
double striker that removes something ignoring barrier. So you have a lot of like mid-range plays, and it recycles your 1 cost back to your hand. So it's like a draw 3 after you use your leader effect. It's just your hand's gonna be huge. You just have to. You're gonna have to figure out where to tech in the generic stuff and what engine pieces you don't need. I feel like you probably still run this boss monster. I think 2's good. That's fine for what this does.
This feels like a deck you have to see in action to really get a grasp of what it's going to look like. Because it seems it's very combo heavy, and you have to play a lot of the archetype. But a lot of the cards are good. So, is it better than a generic blue stack? I guess we'll see. It's been a long time since they've printed a mono blue deck that is good. Held up to just generic blue. Yeah. But it does have a lot of strong cards, and Yeah, it's like you said. You just have to find out where can you sneak in the generic stuff, and is it worth running over? Because it's a lot of setup. I feel like you have to. This is a sequence-heavy deck, and being able to maximize that, so people will figure it out. It feels like there's cards to play, to capitalize on that ability. But
Yeah, I'm actually excited for it. I do really want to play this one. It seems fun and interactive. A lot of draws. So we'll find out. I think this is one of the ones to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it's played. So I guess we'll move on to the other deck, which is the Huragan deck. Probably, in my opinion, the worst deck they've shown from the set.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't
fucking
really do much.
fucking dumb and bad. Yeah. I might be missing something, but this is a nothing leader.
Yeah.
Maybe
let's
there's
talk about the real stuff they included with this, the Janemba support.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's also bad. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Janem was almost something.
More targets.
Yeah, they just wanted to give you more cards to play, dude.
You have a double striker, that's true, and a searcher. So I guess like your hand, you'd get to draw a little bit more, but that was already not the problem. Was finding stuff. The problem was finishing a fucking game. So we'll see. But Hero is I think that's the biggest miss. What's with that boss monster? It's like a 6 cost with no protection for 2. I don't know what that's about.
It 6 or less for some reason.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know what this. I don't know what this is. If the leader effect, if that second auto was not a tap 1, then this could possibly be something because that's like some really cheap, decent size swings. But they're not. They're not cheap if you're paying 1 for them and sacking guys. So.
Yeah.
There maybe there's something I'm missing. There might be some old Hirudegarn cards that like go live because of this leader, but
yeah, do you think the blue-green stuff might go
maybe,
off with this somehow?
But then you have to KO them. I thought it was KO, not
Well,
remove.
I think the Z Unison actually KOs Hirudegarns, doesn't it?
The Z Unison, it does, but you also have to KO or bounce back a hero. But even then, you wouldn't need the hero leader, would you? You could use the old one that does better stuff. We'll see. Maybe there's something. There could be something I'm missing, but on paper and in set, this is ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Deval card has been searching for a home. Because that card, that SR, that ramps that he put out,
That
I think it said 18. That card is good.
that can work
Hasn't
in
found
Tapion because you get the 2 guys out for free, and then you can sack one of them to ramp a card. So it's pretty nice in there. It's
leader searches, right?
Yeah, and the leader searches it. So the setup's free, and for the effect and everything, it's just and getting the 3 energy in a blue deck, staying alive, that's easy.
Yeah, so maybe there's some there with that.
Could be.
Yeah, maybe, but definitely probably contender for the worst deck in the set. So we'll move on to the next one.
STR?
Oh yeah, we got STR first. That's right, for blue. So we said the yellow one was probably the best, but
Yeah.
the blue one might almost reach that. It's pretty dang good, also. I think double strike. You can play it for free on either player's turn, and then they can't play. An opponent can't play, or neither of you can't play battle cards from their hands for the turn. So obviously that doesn't affect Z deck or like playing from deck or board or some other area. But hand is obviously the most common place for playing cards. So, but you can use the activate main/battle like immediately after you use that, so where you can kill something, give something 10k for the turn, which can be a leader 10k, which is cool. So what do you guys think of this card?
Is it better than Baby Hatch?
With Cooler gone, that makes me question it, right?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you just do this, if you just play your guys, you're not going to run into it. Like, just be smart about it when you're playing it. Like, oh, are they going to run SS3? Because you just play out your whole field, like a whole turn, and then you just start swinging instead of, like, swing leader to take the draw, and then they play this on you, and then you guys are both locked out. I will say, though, you can do it, like, obviously now we're in an extra card floodgate meta, but, like, Mecha Frieza, like the new Bardock and stuff like that, if you play all your guys out and do this on your turn, actually, no, never mind, they can just negate. I'm stupid, so. Yeah,
it's kind of finicky on when you would play it. You want to I think the best opportunity to play this is when your opponent gives something barrier and swings for game, assuming that you can't out it, and then you arrival this thing in, pay 2,
And get rid of it,
bottom
yeah.
deck it. That's the battle trick that now, like,
have
you
to
know, if
work
you're playing Go Hanks and you give your 8-drop Trunks barrier with the little guy, and then you dump your hand, assuming they can do nothing, and then
you
boom.
get blasted.
Yeah.
That's tricky. Yeah, yeah, I guess it's pretty good then.
I think it's a viable secret.
It's good. I mean, I would not say it's bad. I will not definitely has very strong skills. It's
And
just Beast
Okay.
Gohan runs games better, and
Yep.
Baby Hatch protects you better.
Yeah, blue has good competition
So-
with Secret Rares, so it's a bit hard. Unless you're like really, really busted, it's hard to find a reason to play other Secret Rares. But I mean, you wouldn't get faulted for playing this, I don't think. So
No.
we can at least
Now, if your
agree
opponent,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just say, if your opponent, only has one battle card on board, they swing, first. You do this, you pay 2, you bottom deck it, and then they can't play anything else for the turn. They have to find a way to remove it, because then you can activate main again the following turn.
Mhm.
Like, it's kind of hard to remove without being able to play any cards from your hand. So, this seems like one that people won't. I think I wasn't around for the set 11 reveals, but people weren't too high on Baby Hatch either, right?
They were stupid
And
though. Like
it
not
came
everybody.
around.
Yeah, I think people who knew how to play the game knew right away. But yeah, it was underhyped at first. I think people were on.
It feels kind of like that because if you get to do this twice, it passes back to you. You get to
Yeah,
pump
two big
something
numbers.
10K, like pretty good.
Yeah, strong effect. We can at least agree that the art's very beautiful.
Oh yeah, this is one of the nicest secrets.
It's definitely the god rare, right?
Again, I don't think so. Do they usually pick the one that looks the nicest like this? Usually it's like some wonky looking.
They had the Bardock of the God Rare, and that was not the best.
I don't think we're
looking
getting a
card in that
Karanga, are we?
No, it'll
Baranga God Rare?
maybe you
Might
think
be Vegito.
it's a generic card. So there's a chance, I guess. Parunga,
like-
that would be interesting. If it was Parunga, that would be sick. Actually, I could see it because then it's like them summoning him with Dende and all the little fellows down there,
Yeah,
like towering. Could be
I could
be
see.
this also.
This one's already like.
But yeah, no, you
looking
kind
enough,
of
so-
convinced me. This card is really strong. This card is really good.
Yeah, if you can pop it off, it can definitely win you the game. So I guess we'll move on to the last color, which is the yellow decks. So first off, we have the Kid Gohan deck from the Turtle movie. So usually he's like a skillless deck with the monster cards, but this time he's more of like an evolved deck with the Great Apes. So the leader gets to free play or play out the Unison from the drop, which is nice. You actually have a Unison recursion on your leader, which makes it a lot better than other Unison decks. And then the Spirit Boost effect, making your Z Awakened free, is cool. The Empower Unison is really cool. It's good for like any deck that runs yellow Unisons. Even like Topo, that's 2-drop yellow Unison, so that would count for that. That's neat. It's a board wipe also.
Very nice.
Seems okay. I don't know if it's amazing. This Bardock counterattack is crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of out of nowhere compared to everything else they showed, but these other ones seem okay. They don't seem like that nuts. But what are you guys thinking?
Well, Bardock's a Tarpini card, like the Deval Rudogorn. So that's why it's snuck in here. Kind of irrelevant compared to the others. Not relevant to the other stuff, but yeah, that card is broken. Leader-wise, like, again, the leader's really good, and the Unison's good, and the Z-leader's good, and then the battle cards are all subpar. So, I don't know, like, you're doing double work to get to 20k dual attackers, and speaking of Bardock from set 18 just does that by tapping 1. It doesn't make sense why it's so much work to get into these. And it's the same yellow problem where you're like paying for substandard cards, but now what? Like, you're just gonna lose, dude. This shit is not it. Maybe there's something generic you could do.
Yeah, any deck that's printed with multiple cards that say Spirit Boost, I'm out.
Well, yeah, immediately.
Mhm.
Yeah, they put Spirit Boost on some of the most like whatever, like a free combo from under the evolve target. You have to Spirit Boost. That. It's a 20k swing. Like that's just you can tap one for 25 in a lot of other decks already. So I don't know what's
Yeah, it seems
What's
like
the issue?
with the Unison decks, if they just put Spirit Boost on random cards just because they want you to use the Unison, but like other decks just have those effects just if you use the deck correctly without needing a Unison. So I always just hate when they just throw Spirit Boost on random effects like that. When the card can just do it without having a Spirit Boost, that would have been fine.
yeah. Just say you need a Unison to do it. That's all.
I also didn't realize that this Bardock card was the World Champ card. That's actually pretty cool.
Yes,
So
Tarpini
that's
card.
why it's so busted. Dang.
Tarpizzle. Shout out Tarpizzle.
Yeah, shout out to
Thumbs
you.
down. You had a chance to make a card and you made a floodgate.
Yeah.
You're nasty.
Well, man, it's a
You
Bardock
deserve
Screw
them.
cards for any Bardock Screw leader. So maybe blue Bardock Screw coming back. Can you use this card in there?
This is for everybody that gave him a hard time for not awakening and
Yeah, he said, fuck
Worlds
the
against
world.
Legends.
Fuck
And
the
missed
world
both of his-
stage.
Both of his you are number one targets.
They
So
made this
there, you
fast
guys-
too. They made this a set right after
3D
the
boy.
Worlds.
No, he won last year.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the last two. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legends card is 3 years away.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool that they still do that for the World Champions.
It would have been cool if they were doing it from the jump, but yeah, that is cool to see. But yeah,
When
this
does,
deck is.
when does Jordan Markle get a card?
They should have let him. I saw him the
He
other
won
day.
Nats, right? Not Worlds.
He was our first world champion, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, wasn't the first world.
National champion?
I thought he was the
Oh,
first.
maybe it wasn't world.
Oh,
Maybe,
yeah,
yeah,
Worlds,
you're right.
Okay.
Anyways.
Move on to the last.
Somebody's
deck.
gonna put this and Mecha and Nimbus and Vegito in some lame yellow stall deck and beat me in time. I look forward to that.
They kind of don't work with each other. I feel like you got to pick
Somebody's gonna do it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Good luck.
12 floodgates.
Yellow
You
bro.
choose what goes off first. So like Mecha Freeze arrest something and then Bardock kill
Yeah,
it.
that's the problem. You can't
Damn.
make that. Well, no, that's
Yeah.
bad.
It's
Well,
just
I mean,
power trapped.
I don't know, you're kind of getting rid of like board, making them like have to get rid of board. That's kind of not
but
terrible. Force
If
them
you
to do it.
don't, if you don't use the mecha, then they can't do it. So then they can't swing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I guess the
I'm
only
big
balance part
brain
about it
with
is
you.
it doesn't negate. But all right, we'll move on to the final deck that they showed, which is the yellow Turles deck. So they made another yellow Turles deck. Kind of disappointing. Seems, I mean, again, the leader is pretty good. Draws a bunch of cards. Awakens really easily. It's funny because it actually counters Cooler Mill because you shuffle back 5 guys from your drop back in your deck, which is funny. I think the actual Turles cards that you play are actually pretty good. The one drop playing out 5 guys. I think that's when a Spirit Boost effect is worth it. Spirit Boosting one to play out 5 guys like that, yeah, with their skills too, which is actually pretty worth it, I would say. But
Yeah, that's good.
the 8 drop I think can be good if you can somehow pull off getting 15 cards in rest mode. It's a little absurd, but I mean triple attack double strike for 2 is pretty nice. Then the other two is one more Turles card, isn't there? Oh, yeah, this 5 drop. Being a 1 drop double striker that kills something is pretty nice. Just like a better version of the other 5 cost Turles from a long time ago. The 2 drop that kills
Old
something.
generic card.
Double strike.
Yeah.
This is the same thing.
Oh,
but for
good
1.
card.
Yeah. So I think you probably play both of those in here. It's pretty good. The Zunisons, being a 1 cost
It's
5K.
good for the deck.
It's good to set
Yeah,
up
it's
your 1
custom.
drop. Yeah, but it's just gonna die. I mean, you probably wouldn't play it again after you set up your 1 drop that one time. But it's good. It works for the deck. You have to awaken with it anyway.
Can we talk about how this deck isn't a dumpster U7?
Oh, with the non-erratic.
Because the 8 drop just says pay 2, and if you switch 5 yellow cards to rest mode, draw 1 card and play this card from your hand. So
I mean,
if you're playing against the yellow deck, you can.
I always figured.
They're gonna rat it.
I always figured if it didn't specify which
It meant
side
you?
to do it has to be you. Isn't that how it usually is? If it doesn't specify opponent, it has to be your side.
Fashbinder said if it's intended to not screw over yellow, it needs an errata.
Yeah, that definitely. It would. I think if it didn't say if you switch 5 yellow cards, I think if it just said switch 5. No, it would say your yellow cards. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look at other examples, but that seems off.
I mean, that'd be cool if it works for the yellow mirror.
Would
That'd
it?
be funny.
Oh, they're never gonna let that work.
That'd be funny. I would like
That's
that.
fucking stupid. No one would like that. That's just the mirror of That's bad.
But
You'd have
the
to
one
run,
drops,
like,
I think, are the problem with the deck. They don't really do anything like that good. There's one good one that draws a card, which is good because you free play it.
Yeah.
And also, like, when you rest it actually does something. You rest one of their cards, which is nice. But all the other ones kind of just do nothing. Like this guy having a spirit.
All sacks, they play each other out for more combo power.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all 2K, which is...
Yeah, I mean, 2K combos
Shit.
is kind of whatever. And they can get you out of 15K attacks, which is nice, but you want them on board.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Well, he has barrier, which is okay. It's another one of the
One guy
Turtle's
kills
board spam decks.
Boost. Yeah, the Z extra is cool. Give your yellow Turtles leader double strike, and then activate battle. Give something 10K.
Yeah, and the leader
So
makes
it's
it
like
free,
a-
which is nice. It's a free chopper.
You can play with the old leader. Give the old leader double strikey, and then... Well, I guess you can already do that with fruit. Never mind.
Yeah, and
This
it's,
is just
it's
like an
nice
extra
to
10K
rest
lead.
it with the 5-drop. Or the 8-drop to make it a rest
Yeah,
target.
another thing to tap.
That's good too. I think this deck
Just play a bunch
this
of
deck is
fields.
almost there. I like what it's doing. The Turtles cards are good, but the 1-drops kind of hold it back. Does
It's
anyone
like the
else-
other deck. It's almost there.
They did a good job of balancing it, making it choose 5 Crusher Tor cards. Just there's a world where if that's like 3 Crusher Tor cards, that you could run a small engine and then just have a draw 2 leader. So
Yeah.
they avoided that, which is good. 5. I mean, that means you got to play. You're playing all Crusher Tor in this deck, right? There's not much room for.
Yeah, you got to keep
Or
that
anything else.
that flowing.
Yeah.
You can just combo them all off too after you tap them. Oh wait, no, you can't, because you tap them. So maybe if there's like some successor card that's decent to like sack them all off, like if you sack 4 1 costs. What did
Yeah, this
card
one
drop, right?
doesn't have the same permanent where they go to warp instead.
Yeah, you can actually successor.
Yeah, there's not many board wipes right now, so I mean, if they take the time to swing at all of them to kill them, I mean, that's probably fine. Keeping them away from
But
the
that's what
leader.
I'm saying. You wanna get this second effect off for your extra draw. You can like successor them off for that barrier dispel maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Just some
think,
thoughts.
yeah, I think you just combo them off usually, but you'll eventually get the 5 and the drop since you're playing them so much.
Yeah, stack them up like Z energy and use them up.
Yeah, this
I
deck-
wish the Gohan deck had that much combo power. Then you could turn into Z lead whenever you want.
Yeah, they'll at least be Z energy, free Z energy, which is nice. Deck seems cool. I'm excited to play it.
They're just so close. They're so close.
Yeah,
Why do they got to be so conservative with some of these effects? Both of these. The Gohan would have been so cool if they were like if all those apes were 5K more, or if they had barrier. They should have barrier.
I mean one of them
They're-
does. But, oh, the barrier
them
one too.
barrier.
The
Yeah.
apes. Yeah.
I mean, Planet Vegeta, or give them blocker, so we could go kind of a throwback to a Planet Vegeta untapped blockers deck.
It's weird because apes
You're not gonna
apes
do
usually
barrier.
have blocker too, which is weird.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Real quick, we have these Kefla cards too. They give support for that. They give a 6-drop Kefla, which it's pay 2, which I kind of don't like. I wish it was pay 1, but it can't be removed by skills for 2 turns, which is cool. Kill stuff, draw a card. It's all right. I'd say the real best card that they made was the 1-drop because it counts as a Caulifla and a Kale, which is nice. Here it is. Yeah. Search your 6 or less too, so you can search your Keflas with that. Has an effect from the drop. We can free combo a Caulifla, which is just a better version of that Champa TP they made. So there's actually no reason to ever run that. Yeah, it's good. I liked it. Definitely include them in the deck. I think that is mainly everything they've showed so far. I guess we have the TPs too, right? We can talk about that real quick. So any standout TPs you guys want to talk about that we know now that we know what they do?
What was cool? The Broly card's cool to revive old decks. It makes like OG Broly and the Black Broly. Buffs them a bit, right? Both of those?
The black one, yeah.
Yeah, the black one. So that's neat. I'm not so sure about the rest of them. It seems like
They
kind
should
of
have made the card for the Vegeta Xeno deck the winner, because that card is going to be sought after.
hard to grab.
It's pretty stapley for the deck.
If there was one more in each TP kit, that would be good. The winner.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to be using Black Broly.
No, it's not.
No.
Doesn't make it real or anything. It's just some nice legacy support. Nothing's like crazy though, right? That I noticed.
That card is a staple for the deck, I think.
The 4
I think
cost?
you-
Yeah,
you need it.
over 4, which is a lot better than the 5, and the free combo from drop.
And it counts
It's
as both
pretty-
Goku and Vegeta, so
pretty crazy.
for the Batara.
Yeah. And it gets you a Z energy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, just 4 is the magic number. Because assuming if you go first, your opponent swings, you swing, you've bursted 2, combo 2, and then you pay 2Z, so now you have 4. So that's
Hang on.
the ones in the set are over around 5, which can be tricky, and you don't want to have to run like the overwhelm 3s that aren't,
Relevant.
chances or whatever, or like the bad promos. There's an overwhelm 3 promo for the Goku Xeno deck that is a 5k. Like, you can run it, but
Yeah, I know.
it's not ideal.
Now
You can
that
run the
I'm
counter, but
Now that I'm reading the baby again, it actually chooses 2 cat battle cards in rest mode.
Yeah,
And it gets
and
your
it
skills.
actually it synergizes a little bit with the Goku unison that negates the skills when your opponent swings.
Yeah.
So it locks that card from attacking. That's kind of neat. There might be some generic yellow strategy with just blanking opponent's stuff every turn now. With that,
Yeah. I think that would be nice in like Corn Crew. Just make it to where they can't
What is
have
that?
any skills cards.
what's the Tapion do, Dylan? I don't know what.
Tapion.
Yeah,
Draw a card against crit for the turn, I believe it says.
and then just bounce back a hero to play it.
Yeah, bounce back a non-unique hero, and then you play it from your hand. Yeah, basically that's what it says. So 20k crit for 1
Cantrip,
draw.
like a double. That's good.
It's easy.
20k crit. It draws 2, kinda.
That's
good.
Gohan,
It's a good one cost.
you send it from Z energy to drop or warp to give your
Green Gohan.
Zunison barrier for 2 turns. So that's okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Bardock gets
Zunison
protection.
for free.
That's a staple for that for sure.
Yeah.
What do the ball sacks do for Turles? Anything?
If you have 3 or more in the battle area, I believe you can combo it in rest mode. It's a 5k actually, which is different from the other ones being.
That's really good.
So these guys can actually play out this from the deck, which is good. Because it's a 5k. You can combo in rest mode, which is actually pretty good. I believe you choose a non-Turles, another Crusher Corp, switch them to rest mode, and then you get to switch this to active mode, which is kind of whatever. I don't know why you want to switch to active mode, but alright.
What is that?
The Goku and Chi-Chi,
The slug card is really good. Hang on. The slug card's crazy if that's what it really does. Just plays a 4 or 5 from your hand, right?
yeah, I believe it's pay 1, you discard it from your hand, and then you play a 4, or it's like a 5 or
Or
6
5.
from hand, 4 or 5 from hand. But it's restricted to slug leaders only, so that's why.
Yeah, but that 5 cost double strike that puts your opponent's hand down to 6. It's got deflect too. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
That's a strong effect.
the Videl is pretty good too. It's when you play a skillless out at free plays, and then it's a barrier blocker, and activate main/battle, you can put it in the drop to add a Videl from deck to hand. So that's pretty good.
Good draw power engine card. Yeah, these are decent. They're not as bad as I remember.
Yeah,
I'd say good legacy support and good inset support. But yeah, there's a couple staples in here, so I know people hate that. The Goku and Vegeta especially is probably going to make people rage since people really want to play black again, and that's necessary.
yeah, it seems like the most.
that's alright. Everyone can play Fusion World. Give me the black TPs.
Overall, pretty cool set. Good art also. But again,
Yeah, much better than
Like
last
last
set's art, for sure.
yeah, it doesn't look like fucking dog ass.
So, yeah, I'm excited for this set. It's only like a couple decks that I really want, but it seems like there's some cool ideas in here. Nothing always seems too busted except for maybe Vegito Xeno coming into the meta, but everything else maybe won't be like tier 1, but it'll be fun to play at least. Cool stuff.
Yeah, a lot of thought went into these strategies. I can tell, like all the engines and stuff. So this is the kind of stuff I like, but for competitive, you're pretty much just gonna want to pick up the Vegito cards, I think.
Probably the Bardock too. The yellow Bardock is for sure a staple.
Yeah, one of the yellow staple that's floating in a garbage set yet again.
Yeah,
Vegito kind of fucking.
the one expensive single that will be.
Yep.
Yeah.
People are gonna brew with this for sure. I think there's some stuff in here that between the legacy support, maybe some other decks come up, or I think there's the red stuff that lets you play it in the Bulma leader. There's different stuff that you can mix and match, and I think there might be some cool ideas that come out of it, but not a ton of tier 1 decks.
Yeah, definitely more of like a casual fun set. So yeah, that's been our set review of Beyond Generations. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it helped out knowing what to look out for with this set. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I love you.